and welcome to my kitchen, and today we are undertaking a canning project. We're going to make homemade Ro-Tel or homemade tomatoes, green chilies, and onions that you can use as a base for just about anything. I thought, why should I buy it when I have all these tomatoes coming out of my garden and I can make it myself? So let's get started and come cook with me. I just want to show you that before I got started, I washed, boiling bath water, sterilized, and placed my jars in a 200-degree oven. So they're going to hang out there while we get the Rotel all ready to go. And that's just the boiling water. Okay, now we're going to mix up what we're going to call our homemade Rotel. What I have here is 10.5 pounds of chopped tomatoes. These all came out of my garden. They are 99.9% Roma and about 0.1% other. There are no lemon boys in here. They're all red tomatoes. I did not peel them. I just chopped them and put them in here. I don't mind the tomato peels. If you don't like the tomato peels, then you can take the extra step of scalding your tomatoes, then plunging them in ice water and peeling them and then chopping them. I did that for two reasons. Number one, I don't mind. Number two, I just didn't have time today. I also have 30 pounds of pears I need to process that the neighbor brought me. So, we're getting to it. What I have here is 3 pounds of Anaheim or Hatch green chilies. I was very excited when I went to my grocery store and I found New Mexico Hatch green chilies. They had cases of them, and I ended up having, and the weights I'm giving you are after they're processed and chopped. This is 3 pounds of chopped Hatch green chili. You can just use Anaheim chili, whatever you can get. 10.5 pounds is what I ended up having of the tomatoes, and what I have here is 1.5 pounds of chopped sweet onion. If you're doing your math, that's 15 pounds total of all the veggies. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and get everything in the pot. And I'm kind of obsessive when I scrape the bowl, so. Okay, in with our chilies. And for those of you who may not know, green chilies, they are not particularly spicy. But the seeds tend to be a little hot. I did take most of the seed pods out. They're over here. Because when I get Hatch green chilies, I'm going to see if I can grow these. So I'm going to dry these seeds out and see if I can use them. Alright. Of course, then they'll just be Anaheim chilies because they're not grown in Hatch, New Mexico. It's alright. I'm going to give this a good stir. Now, all that's in the pot now is just the vegetables. And this looks so vibrant and beautiful.
Smells good too.
It does smell good. I'm going to go ahead and can this up in pints because when I use Rotel for chili or something, I usually end up using 2 cans. And those cans are about a cup apiece. So a pint is 2 cups. We're going to go with that. I have 1 cup of distilled white vinegar. You can use apple cider vinegar. It's quite alright. Half a cup of sugar. This will not turn out sweet. This only helps to bring out the sweetness in the tomatoes. And 1/4 cup of canning salt. And give this another stir. And just so you'll know, the pot that I'm using is a 16-quart stock pot. The salt and the sugar are going to help the juices to start sweating out of the vegetables. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this on the stove. But before we do that, make sure you have bottled lemon juice on hand. Because when we can this up, after we fill our jars, we're going to put a teaspoon of lemon juice in each jar. You have to do that in order to get the acid up to the right level so that your pH is good for water bath canning, because we are going to be water bathing this. Now, I said store-bought bottled lemon juice, and there's a reason for that. You do not want to use fresh lemon juice when you're canning, and that is because lemons differ greatly in their acidity level from, month to month, depending on where they were grown, depending on how they were grown, depending on what type of hybrid they are. Lemons are not what they used to be. They are inconsistent. Using bottled lemon juice, you're constant. You know that the acidic the acidity level in this is always the same. So this is what you want to use when canning. When you're making a salad or something and you can use the fresh lemons, go ahead. But now we're concerned with preserving what we're working on, and we want to make sure that we have the right acid level. So this goes on the stove. We're going to turn this on a medium-high heat, and we're going to get this up to a boil. Then we're going to turn it to medium, and we're going to simmer it for about 30 minutes. When it's time to put these in jars, we'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, our simmering is done, and now we're going to jar these up. Like I said, I had my jars in the oven at 200 degrees just so they would stay warm. I want to leave a 1/2 inch of headspace in here, so there we go. We're going to need to add a teaspoon of lemon juice. Remember, store-bought lemon juice. Burp your jars. Wipe your lids. And then we are trying our Tattler lids for the very first time ever. You have to put this rubber ring in that, and these are hot. And you put it there, and then you grab a metal ring, and you're supposed to, you know how we're used to finger tight? Well, with Tattlers, this is not how they work. So finger tight is not going to cut it. So we have to back off a little bit, and it's going to feel loose, but that's how they say these work. So off we go. All right, I'm going to finish processing these, put them in the canner, and then we'll be back when it's time to take them out of the pot. Okay, this is my second batch of jars, and I'm just removing them from the water bath right now. All but one of my first batch sealed. And I understand that using these Tattlers, there can be kind of a learning curve to it. So I'm not really going to worry about it. If it's just the one jar that didn't seal, then we'll just deal with it. So I'm going to let these come to room temperature, and then we'll be back and I'll share my final thoughts with you on this. Okay, it is the next day, and the jars have all come to room temperature. I have removed the rings off of all of the viable jars, and I have checked them. The way that you want to make sure that your jar is sealed is you take the ring off, and then you lift it like this. Okay, by the plastic lid. And then you'll know everything is sealed. Plus, there is definitely a visible difference. This is very concave. When you know that it's sealed. Now, I had 2 jars that didn't seal, it turns out, and I'm going to give you a look at what the Rotel looks like. It's beautiful. Rick actually had it on a chicken burger last night.
Good.
He says it was really good. I'm actually going to give this a taste because it really just tastes like zingy stewed tomatoes.
Okay, give me a moment.
It was really good. You could stew chicken in that. Add it to your chili. There are so many things you can do with that.
That's going to my chili next time.
Here you go. Beautiful homemade Rotel or tomatoes, green chilies, and onions. And some people were saying when I posted the picture on Facebook they didn't know what Rotel was, and it's very regional. Pretty much I think Rotel is nationwide now, at least I thought it was. It's very popular in the Southwest. It originated in Texas. And it's just a combination of peppers, either Anaheim or Hatch green chilies, sometimes jalapenos, always tomatoes, sometimes onions. I like to put onions in mine. You can add garlic. You can add, they have different varieties now. They have some that's bolder, some that's spicier. But this is good for us. We will use this in good health, and all of the tomatoes came out of our garden, homegrown. The chilies were sourced at the grocery store, but they were Hatch green chilies, and that was very exciting to me. So, from Hatch, New Mexico. So, I'm going to put these up. The only I love them. I love the Tattler lids. The only drawback is I'm so used to taking a Sharpie marker and writing on the top. You can't do that with these. I'm going to have to label them. So, you know, we just have to adapt. So that is the homemade Rotel. If you get a chance, I hope you try it. I hope you love it. It's definitely something different to make and have on your own shelf. So until next time, happy canning. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen today. I hope you liked what you watched today, and I hope that you try it, and I hope that you love it. If you like what you saw, please consider hitting the thumbs up button and giving me a positive rating. And also, make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you're already not a subscriber, so that you don't miss out on any of the fun we have here in our kitchen every single day. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'm really glad that you're here. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to come by tomorrow. Until next time, happy eating!